Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. JDF rubbishes social media report on military equipment. The Jamaica Defense Force, JDF, says that social media posts that are currently in circulation regarding a shipment of military equipment as a purchase made by the force are false. In a statement today, the JDF said it did not purchase the vehicles being shown in the circulating video. The organization is also not aware of the origin of the post and disassociates itself from this video or any material related to it. The statement said, "The JDF reminds everyone to act responsible and verify all information before sharing. We thank the public for the opportunity to provide clarity on this matter," it added. Wanted American who skipped return cruise arrested in St. Anne. An American tourist who is allegedly wanted for criminal offenses in the United States was arrested in St. Anne after failing to report back to a cruise ship that docked in the tourist resort on September 13. 20-year-old Eric Lott was reported missing and a search launched after he did not return to the vessel. He was arrested during an operation conducted by the St. Anne police along the Brownstone Main Road yesterday. He was charged by breaching for Immigration Act and will face the court on Tuesday. According to police sources, Lott, who is from Douglasville address in Georgia, is wanted on charges of murder and aggravated assault in the same city. Law enforcers say Lott also goes by the name Garfield Anthony Michael Swell. Multi-million-dollar road rehabilitation ongoing in Mandeville. Major road rehabilitation is underway in Mandeville 1 month after Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, with responsibility for works Everald Warmington, announced the allocation of $169 million. The allocation was made for 3 projects in Manchester Central. Warmington had said $60 million will be allocated for the Williamsfield to Cumberland Road, Royal Flat to Old England, and Mandeville to Roots Corner Road. With yesterday being a no-movement day, asphalting is being done by a roadworks contractor on Manchester Road in the vicinity of Keep Left. Warmington had announced that $80 million was allocated for the Greater Mandeville Traffic Management System and $29 million for drainage works in Mandeville. Falls cleared after narcotics probe. Former United States Ambassador to Jamaica, Donald Taylor, has declared that a full investigation by local and American law enforcement agencies found no evidence that Minister of Energy, Science and Technology Darrell Valls has any involvement or connection with illegal narcotics. Donald, in a letter to 47 U.S. senators, said shortly after he assumed duties in Jamaica, he was made aware of allegations linking Valls to illegal drugs. He said on that basis, it was decided that the visitor's visa issued to the West Portland Member of Parliament should be revoked. According to Donald, after the 2020 general election, he was approached by Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who requested that his office review the allegations against Valls. Donald said he agreed on the basis that Jamaican law enforcement agencies conduct a similar review. After the law enforcement agencies provide their findings to Prime Minister Andrew Holness, it was found that the allegations were not factual, said Donald in his letter. He said a similar probe conducted by U.S. agencies found that all reports were hearsay allegations with no substance or evidence. Donald's letter came in light of last week as questions were asked about a waiver attached to a new 1-year B1B2 visa issued to Valls with an annotation which refers to controlled substance traffickers. In his letter, Donald argued that the U.S. was incorrect in revoking the visa issued to Valls and should be returned as soon as possible. Bunting decries 2 Jamaicans were the well-connected or shielded from prosecution. Leader of opposition business in the Senate, Peter Bunting, has described what he has described as 2 Jamaicans who 2 set of rules being applied depending on person status in society. Bunting, who is also opposition spokesman on national security, made the observation as he made his contribution to the state of the national debate on Friday. He used the occasion to ask about the status of the police investigation into an incident where former Agriculture and Fisheries Minister Floyd Green, one of his advisors, and the Jamaica Labour Party councillor were caught on a now viral video at the reported birthday party on a no-movement day, breaching COVID-19 protocols. Green, his advisor Gabriel Hilton, and Council of the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, Andrew Bellamy, all resigned their respective positions the day after the video went viral. Prime Minister Andrew Holness indicated that he has asked the Commissioner of Police, Major General Anthony Anderson, to probe the matter to determine whether there are any breaches of the Disaster Risk Management Act. But that has provided little comfort to Bunting, who noted that the swiftness with which the police have moved to arrest and charge Jamaicans from poor backgrounds, including descending on their homes to effect the arrests. There are two Jamaicans. One is a beautiful island that is the place of choice to live, work, raise family, and do business. The other is a world of poverty, misery, and squalors, with people trying to survive, raising their children in some of the most violent communities in the world, and protect them from human predators. Bunting began his presentation. He said there are numerous other examples of the two Jamaicas, the haves and the have-not, and the institutionalizing inequality that blights the life of the have-nots. He pointed to a media report citing the double standard that exists in society, which show how Dane Mitchell, a resident of Jonestown, who was arrested by police inside his home within a couple of hours of being seen in social media video, directing invectives at the Prime Minister and indicating his non-compliance with the DRMA regulations. Mitchell was arrested, called to apologize, and fined $60,000 for breaches of the DRMA regulations. On the other hand, the video with the JLP bigwigs, Green and Company, flossing and braffing, has brought passed from Commissioner to Deputy Commissioner and to cyber people apparently on its way to 513, Bunting noted. He warned that the most effective way to destroy all respect for the rule of law is to make it obvious that the law would only be applied to poor and powerless. If the elite in this country are film boasting about their immunity from the law, that people see that our society is deeply unequal and fundamentally unfair, we cannot then expect them to behave as decent citizens because they can see their leaders mocking them. He must let the over 2,000 persons arrested and charged by the Jamaica Constabulary Force and eventually fined for breaches of the DRA regulations feel when they observe this double standard. How must the 40 Jamaicans who were earlier this week each fined $200,000 by the St. Thomas Parish Court for breaching of the DRMA feel, said Bunting. He noted that the leader of opposition, Mark Golding, pointed to this grave error when the 2021 amendment bill was being debated in the House of Representatives. Because of the defective way in which the DRMA was amended by the government in 2021, any breach of the Prime Minister's DRMA orders is now criminalized and liable to a court fine of up to $1 million. The absence of the promised ticketing system means that the 10 levels of fixed amount fines are not in effect, and these DRMA breaches are taken to court, Bunting outlined. The opposition spokesman points out that when JCF was originally formed in 1867 in response to the Morant Bay Rebellion, it was to protect the interests and assets of the landed plantography. They are, of course, a very different organization now, but are their efforts to become a fully modern police service are undermined if many Jamaicans are convinced that a century and a half later, the JCF still operates predominantly to serve the interests of the elites, to include the political elites, the leader of the opposition business remarked. He further highlighted that 2 months after the young Safira Newman in Singa King had her hair cut off allegedly at the Four Pans police station in Clarendon, not only has there been no report from the various investigations, but the public defender has been prevented from visiting the station in order to advance her office's investigation of the matter. Most recently, the Auditor General has reported on dealings between the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information and Nutrition Products Limited. The Auditor General reported that the public body improperly paid $143 million to connected parties to eat a food. This too sends a powerful message to the people that politicians put their friends on public boards that become completely corrupt, used to channel public funds into their own companies and pockets. How can you ask the people to respect the law when they can go to jail for stealing a few dollars, but they see people steal tens of millions of tax dollars and escape all penalty? Bunting asked. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.